Join me as I dive deep into the question, does God really love unconditionally? Let's explore this together. The concept of God's love is one of the most profound and complex ideas in many religious traditions. At its core, it's about the nature of divine affection. Is it given freely, without expectation of anything in return, or are there conditions attached? For many, this question gets to the heart of their faith and understanding of the divine. One common misconception about God's love is that it's conditional, based on our actions or moral standing. Some believe that if we're good, we deserve God's love, but if we falter, it's withdrawn. This view often stems from a misunderstanding of religious texts or teachings that emphasize obedience and righteousness as prerequisites for divine favor. However, this perspective overlooks the fundamental message of many faiths, that God's love is not earned but given. The idea that God's love could be taken away because of human failings contradicts the essence of unconditional love. Another misconception is that God's love is limited to a select few. This exclusivity can stem from interpretations that restrict God's love to only those who believe in a certain way or adhere to specific practices. Yet, the essence of unconditional love suggests a far more inclusive and expansive understanding of divine affection. The Bible, for example, tells us in John 3:16 that God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son. This scripture suggests a universal love, not a selective one. Similarly, in Islam, the Quran speaks of God's mercy and compassion, emphasizing that his love and forgiveness are available to all who seek them sincerely. In Hinduism, the Bhagavad Gita teaches about the unconditional love of the divine, encouraging devotees to surrender their actions and their ego to experience this love. These teachings across different faiths highlight a common thread, the unconditional nature of God's love. One powerful story that illustrates the transformative power of experiencing God's unconditional love is that of St. Augustine. Before his conversion, Augustine lived a life far from God, consumed by his own desires and ambitions. Yet, through a profound experience of God's unconditional love, he was transformed, dedicating his life to serving God and spreading the message of divine love. This story, among many others, shows that when we encounter God's unconditional love, it changes us. It frees us from the bondage of performance and legalism, allowing us to love and serve out of freedom and gratitude. In experiencing this love, people from all walks of life find a sense of belonging and acceptance that transcends human understanding. It's a love that does not judge but embraces, does not condemn but lifts up. So, does God love unconditionally? The exploration above suggests a resounding yes. God's love is not about what we do but about who he is, a God of boundless love and mercy. If you've been touched by your own experiences of God's love or have questions about faith and spirituality, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my other videos on faith and spirituality as we continue to explore these profound topics together.